let's talk about money. I wanted to make this video for a long time, and I think it's the perfect opportunity to recap the whole 2023. I've been a professional player for almost a decade. When I started, we lived in dubious hotels and Airbnbs whenever we travel to a tournament. Salaries were rare and a lot of players had to work on the side to make a decent living. A lot of things changed in esports since then, and with gaining popularity, more money were invested into gaming. That changed the whole landscape of salaries, prize money and sponsorships. But by how much? I want to give an exclusive look into my earnings for 2023, which was my most successful but also most difficult year so far. I will also try to paint a fuller picture using freely available information about other players that I have been able to find on the internet during the research. If you're here only to see the numbers, here are the timestamps where you can skip into your desired chapter. Don't feel like you need to watch the whole video or any of it, but I think this is unique and rare content to be transparent about finances as a professional, so I can only recommend you make yourself comfortable and enjoy it. One important piece is going to be Ropz' financial report for 2022. The article was published by hltv.org. Looking at insights at the Ropz company, we were able to get interesting numbers to help us understand how much best players get paid. Ropz earned nearly 800,000 euro in 2022 according to a financial report. The amount transferred from outside the EU would cover most earnings from his time with American-based FaZe, including prize winnings, salary, payments and the sticker money from the organization's appearance at PGL Antwerp Major. It is going to be difficult to pinpoint how much of that is salary and sticker money, but according to esports earnings, teams that Ropz was on in 2022 won around $1.8 million in total. We can now ballpark a bit and divide it by 7, as winnings are usually divided between 5 players, a coach and an organization. We don't know exact deal here, but this feels realistic that he gets around 14% of total winnings. That would make it around 250,000 US dollars. Going by that, Ropz' yearly salary and sticker money from Antwerp Major amassed around 560,000 euro. This is all the information that we can assume within reasonable accuracy, but if we would like to play around and go into the territory of speculation, we can use this little insight he shared in an Estonian interview in 2022. Have a listen yourself.
Kuidas siis ikkagi CSGO mängija oma raha saab?
CS-is on ikkagi kuupõhine tasu põhimõtteliselt. See palk on ikkagi väga suur, mis mängijatel on. Ma tahtsin öelda, et see on selles mõttes suur, et auhinnarahad nagu väga ei mängigi rolli. Et kui sa võidad mingi majori, siis see on siuke mõnus boonus, vaata.
Ei Miku või? Major oli praegu pool milli.
Viimasel ajal on palgad nii suureks, et kui sa võidad mingi turniiri, siis see on siuke mõnus boonus, aga
Näsarga vend sai praegu mingi $80,000 ja see on siuke hea boonus. Jumala suva. See on siuke hea boonus mulle. Ostan uue mingi videokaardi võib-olla selle. Mida siin toimub seda?
So if 250,000 in 2022 is just a nice bonus for him, we can assume his yearly salary might be just as much or even more. While this is an insane amount of money, he isn't even the highest paid player. At the same time, it seems fully deserved. He is one of the most skilled players the game has ever seen, and at the age of 23 is already recognized as one of the most decorated riflers while being on the #1 team in the world. That kind of performance and dedication deserves a recognition. Another player which shared some of his earnings in the past is Esetag, who was part of infamous Colossus lineup in Cloud9. While other organizations try to keep contracts as confidential as possible, Cloud9 decided to be transparent, and as they signed players into the team, they announced what is their contract worth. That received a mixed feedback, and most of it was really a backlash. Players were under pressure to perform because literally every fan knew what they are paid, and they connect that financial gain to their performance. Later on, Esetag revealed on a Danish podcast that during his 3-year contract, he was supposed to earn 1.4 million US dollars in salary only. That amounts to roughly 39,000 USD per month. It's a lot of money, and that comes with hidden responsibility that might not be that obvious in the first place. Let me share a quote from the interview. If there are such huge salary differences in the team, it may well create some discord. I felt that if I get paid so much more than someone else, I have to work twice as much. Some of the teams and players who were born with a silver spoon in their mouths don't understand this. They don't understand that there can be discord if you get paid so much more and then you don't work at all. I understand this video might make me a target, and I contemplated if I should even release it, but in the end, I feel like it's an important topic that gets ignored a lot of the times. The point of the video is not to flex or anything like that. I'm far from being on the best payroll in the esport, but I'm making decent living out of it for many years, and I see how the trend of prize money, endorsements and salaries move during my career. For half a year, I'm trying to establish this channel to be transparent glass into the world of esports, professional gaming and Counter-Strike itself. But the topic of money is often just hushed away into kind of taboo talk, and honestly, I feel like there is huge misunderstanding of how money works in gaming. Some people that I talk to are surprised that we are even making money at all, and some people that I talk to are surprised we're not making millions every year. Quick note, if you're liking this type of content, I would be honored if you consider subscribing. Really helps my channel, and most importantly, helps me reach bigger audience so I can help even more people, which is ultimately goal of this channel. Let's get back to talk about sources of income. I will sort 2023 by 3 main sources of income: monthly salary, prize money, and other, which include earnings from sticker money of the last CSGO major, social media, YouTube, Twitch, and personal sponsorships. The reason why I bundle it up like this will become obvious to you later in the video. Now, you're probably wondering, how the hell am I going to leak all these numbers since they're confidential? Well, thanks to my organization, Apeks, who let me share estimates from my contract when it comes to monthly salary and also my share from tournament winnings. By the way, this contract is no longer relevant. The contract ran out at the end of 2023, so by the time you're watching this video, I am already on new 2024 contract and my salary is different, and yes, it's less than the one I had. So clearly, Ropz and Esetag salary is solid and I am nowhere near that. So for me, prize money is actually somewhat important part of the yearly income. Even though we didn't participate in all the biggest events full of partner teams, but I think we did decent enough job with a lot of online tournaments and obviously the top 4 finish at the major. When it comes to other, I don't mind sharing those at all, so I will tell you how much this channel made and also my Twitch channel together with a couple of partnerships throughout the year. Big talking point are going to be sticker money. So if you don't know, if you qualify to a major tournament, you get your very own signature into the game in form of sticker, which you can apply on a weapon. Anyone can buy this and you will receive a small percentage from each sale. 100% of this income belongs to the actual players at the major. No one else takes the cut. There are also team stickers which are paid out to the organization that these players represent at the major, and depending on the contract, players get certain percentage of that revenue share as well. But here is the catch. When you qualify to the major and you send your own signature to Valve for approval, you sign a document saying that the sales data they provide you are strictly confidential. That is why I'm not going to share any specific numbers, but it's been already leaked numerous times via credible sources like Talking Counter podcast that this major outperformed any other CSGO major when it comes to sticker money revenue, and it was by a huge margin. This can be explained because it was the last CSGO major and the hype around CS2 release helped attract a lot of fans. As a matter of fact, the majority of my income this year wasn't from contract deals, but rather tournament winnings and sticker revenue share. So that feels kind of deserved and hopefully makes me qualified enough to talk about how this year went. We're going to talk about the yearly income of my company, and all these details are easy to find in most of the European countries as far as I know. In Slovakia, we will use Finstat for reference, which is like a database of every single company in the country and lets you see information such as income, profit, debt, taxes, and many more. Let's get into actual numbers. The total income for this year in my company is 461,200 253 euro. My salary for 2023 was 150,000 euro, which is 12,500 euro per month. This is base salary, and for transparency, I have a couple of ways to increase that through incentives and performance bonus, but for the video, we keep base salary as a benchmark. Prize money for 2023 is a bit scuffed as I was benched mid-September, but until that point, we won a total of 185,000 euro. We divided prize money in my team in 50-50 split between Apeks and the rest of the players plus coach. This is what is negotiated in the contract. Some teams have different numbers. Biggest teams in the world might even take full 100% of prize money, but this is what we work with in Apeks. My share is therefore 7.14%, and that makes it 13,500 euro in winnings for this year. Slowly, we're shaping the pie chart of income in 2023. We are piecing the information without leaking any harmful stuff, I hope. For others, we said we are including all my partners, sponsors, personal deals, Twitch, YouTube, and also sticker money. This YouTube channel made 750 euro this year. I don't have any major sponsors for this content I create. And as you can see, even this complex video is without any annoying ads. My income from Twitch comes purely from 145 subscribers. I also don't run any ads on my channel. Right now, I wasn't actively streaming for majority of the year, so it makes sense this number is maybe lower than what other pro players with thousands of viewers can get. And I also had a couple of personal deals, which were some promotional appearances at events, podcasts, and some posts on social media. To honor the contract here, I will not mention exact numbers as I did not get permission to share them publicly. Last piece of the puzzle are stickers. I can't go into the details as we mentioned due to keeping things confidential as Valve requires. And of course, I don't want to get into trouble with Valve, so I will not be disclosing these figures exactly. That is the reason I am including sticker money revenue into this bundle, but not revealing what part of it is actually from stickers. I'm also not disclosing what percentage Apeks paid me from team sticker revenue. So in the end, category other made me around 270,000 euro. The earnings should be taken with a grain of salt, not only because we witnessed huge outlier in terms of sticker money thanks to last CSGO major, but also to the fact the salaries are incredibly volatile between teams. The variability between the income of teams is very important to state because it can create a misconception that everyone makes a lot of money. The popularity of esports grows each year. It becomes more mainstream. Kids actually commit into gaming in hopes of being professionals one day. Hell, we are even going into a direction where parents force their kids to play at an early age in order to get a head start and hopefully create a career as young as possible. All this work is remarkable, I admit, but at what cost? Do these parents even know how profitable this career might be? Well, we have to draw a line between top 20 players in the world who are getting sometimes 5 times the salary of a team that is top 30 in the world. These pay gaps exist and can be so deep that they may make an esport career not worth pursuing in the first place. Salaries are extremely dependent on the rankings of teams. Naturally, teams highest in the ranking are going to make much more money, but by how much? Well, from my experience, the more successful you are, the growth is exponential, just as in any other field. I'm not going to be able to average salaries here due to loads of factors such as where organization is based, what players they sign, what are their goals or what region they come from. What I can do, however, is show you this exponential curve that I can try to estimate how it looks on salary to rank scale. The time also plays a huge factor here. In last years, everything that is connected to esports growing rapidly. You can see it yourself in the prize money we're fighting for at the tournaments or even viewership at your favorite streamer channel. This naturally led into more professional approach that was pioneered mainly thanks to Astralis in 2018 as they were simply unstoppable, winning 3 major titles. As time went by, more and more was expected from us, players. And we had to adjust our whole lifestyle to not being just gamers anymore. We had to be somewhat of an athlete. Taking care of routines, nutrition, exercise, mental preparation, an absurd amount of travel had to be rewarded, and in some capacity, salaries were main tool to do so. Back when I started in 2015, I signed my first contract for measly $500 US monthly, and I thought I was on top of the world. this all changed quickly and the whole industry had to catch up. To give you a transparent context, 2023 was my most successful year when it comes to earnings. Despite that, when you look at my prize winnings, it isn't that great. Compare it to year 2018, for example, when we went on to a spree of many deep runs with Mousepad and winning 3 tournaments as well. That shows that despite me making around 100,000 USD less in prize money, I made much more through salary, but most importantly, sticker money from last major. And God knows what will happen when esports becomes truly mainstream. Like, I mean, actually on the TV, when everyone will treat these players as worldwide superstars. Maybe you will look at this video in 2 years and you'll scoff at the figures I shared today, which honestly would make me happy, because that would mean that esports, as we know, is heading into, hopefully, right direction. This video was never going to be about spending, and therefore you have to understand the full picture here. I still have to pay a tax, I still have to pay a 10% monthly fee for my agency who represent me in all the negotiations and legal stuff. I still have to pay editors for content like this one, and I still have my expenses tied to my company that take away a percentage, which isn't negligible. If you are somewhat interested in me going over my expenses as well, let me know. I will gladly dive into that topic, and I will be even more transparent there, because my spendings aren't tied to any NDA or contract, unlike my earnings. In the meantime, I hope you found this video helpful or interesting. It is somewhat new that maybe you don't see too often, and feel free to hang around on my channel. You will find a lot of cool videos that explain how it is to be a professional gamer. Bye bye.